In this video, we'll be taking a look at two NFL games happening on October 30th, 2022, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 4 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these two NFL games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. New York Giants versus Seattle Seahawks. The surprising New York Giants head west and take on a team of nearly equal surprise, the Seattle Seahawks, in an NFC showdown on Sunday. The Giants improved to 6-1 with a road win over Jacksonville and remain just a game behind the undefeated Eagles. Meanwhile, the Seahawks are 4-3 and playing well offensively despite trading away franchise quarterback Russell Wilson in the offseason. The New York Giants are 6-1 this season after they defeated the Jacksonville Jaguars by a score of 23-17 in their last game. New York trailed heading into the fourth quarter, but was able to score 10 unanswered points and stop the Jaguars on the 1-yard line as time expired. The New York offense is averaging 21 points per game with 160.9 passing yards per game and 173.4 rushing yards per game. Daniel Jones has thrown for 1,223 yards, 6 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions, while also rushing for 343 yards and 3 touchdowns for the Giants this season. Saquon Barkley has rushed for 726 yards and 4 scores, while Richie James has caught 20 passes for 191 yards for New York. The New York defense is giving up 19 points per game and 355.4 yards per game. The Seattle Seahawks are 4-3 this season after they defeated the Los Angeles Chargers by a score of 37-23 in their last game. Seattle gained 404 total yards and went 5-9 on third down conversions in the win. The Seattle offense is averaging 26 points per game with 225.9 passing yards per game and 137 rushing yards per game. Geno Smith has thrown for 1,712 yards, 11 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions, while also rushing for 132 yards and 1 touchdown for the Seahawks this season. Kenneth Walker III has rushed for 410 yards and 4 scores, while Tyler Lockett has caught 41 passes for 468 yards and 2 touchdowns for Seattle. The Seattle defense is allowing 26.6 points per game and 399.1 yards per game. The Giants are 24-11 against the spread in their last 35 road games and 4-0 against the spread in their last 4 games overall. The Seahawks are 6-1 against the spread in their last 7 games in October and 3-10 against the spread in their last 13 games in Week 8. The under is 24-6-2 in Giants' last 32 games overall. The over is 4-1 in Seahawks' last 5 games overall. The Giants are 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 meetings. Call it luck or grit, but the Giants are finding ways to win and the best times to play teams. This week, they will most likely face a Seattle team that is missing star wideout DK Metcalf and has an injured offensive line. Meanwhile, the Seahawks are a bottom 5 run defense team in the league and will face Barkley and the Giants' second-ranked rushing attack. New York has some injuries as well, but they appear to be taking the next man up approach this season. While the Giants lack the star power at wide receiver that the Seahawks do, they have gotten quality play from Wan'Dale Robinson and Darius Slayton. This one could come down to a battle of Big Ten running backs, with Penn State Allen Barkley facing off against Michigan State Allen Walker III. The Seattle Seahawks look like a team that's quietly gaining confidence, and they have an offense that's 5th in scoring. Of course, playing in Seattle is never easy. With that said, the New York Giants keep winning games, and they're still getting disrespected by oddsmakers. This is the 6th time this season the Giants are underdogs, and yet here they are with 6 victories. It's not sexy, but the Giants have the top rushing attack in the country, and they're clearly well coached. The Giants are putting money in bettors' pockets. In a game between 2 good ground attacks, 2 banged-up offensive lines, and a depleted wide receiver group, I'll take the team that has found a way to win in countless close games this season. Until that stops, you have to keep backing this team. So the New York Giants to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. The injury report is looking grim for the Giants on offense. They will likely be without two starting offensive linemen, as RT Evan Neal and LG Ben Bredesen are both considered week to week by HC Brian Daboll. TE Daniel Bellinger is also out with an eye injury, which is significant because he is currently the third leading receiver on the Giants roster with 16 catches this season. WR's Kenny Golladay and Kadarius Toney also missed practice time this week, and their status is highly questionable for Sunday. The cupboard is almost completely bare for quarterback Daniel Jones, who is having an admirably efficient season despite ranking just 34th out of 36 qualifiers in air yards. WR Wan'Dale Robinson has looked better each week, and RB Saquon Barkley continues to be the heart and soul of the offense, but eventually I expect the offensive production to drop off a cliff considering the talent, or lack thereof, Daboll and OC Mike Kafka have to work with. Meanwhile, the Seahawks offense has become more reliant on the running game as rookie RB Kenneth Walker has emerged. That trend should continue again this week with WRDK Metcalf questionable. All of the Giants' talent on defense is up front with Dexter Lawrence and Leonard Williams grading out exceptionally well and rookie Kayvon Thibodeaux improving each week. Eventually, it's fair to expect some regression from QB Geno Smith, but I also still expect the Seattle offense to have some success on the ground this week. This is a game featuring two excellent ground attacks, two teams that protect the football, and a Seahawks team that is missing a very dynamic player. The Giants have gone 4-3 to the under this season and absolutely want to avoid a shootout with Seattle. Expect a heavy dose of Barkley in this one and a number of designed runs for Jones to keep the chains moving. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. San Francisco 49ers versus Los Angeles Rams. San Francisco will try to complete a season sweep over NFC West rival Los Angeles when the teams meet on Sunday afternoon. The 49ers held serve at home earlier this month, picking up a 24-9 win in that Monday night affair. They are on a two-game losing skid coming into this contest though, while the Rams are coming off their bye week. The San Francisco 49ers have lost 3 of their last 4 road games. Jimmy Garoppolo is completing 64.3% of his passes for 1,456 yards, 9 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel have combined for 789 receiving yards and 5 touchdowns, while George Kittle has 25 receptions. The San Francisco 49ers ground game is averaging 120.7 yards per contest, and Jeff Wilson Jr. leads the way with 454 yards and 2 touchdowns. Defensively, San Francisco is allowing 19 points and 294.9 yards per game. Dre Greenlaw leads the San Francisco 49ers with 58 tackles. Nick Bosa has 7 sacks, and Talanoa Hufanga has 3 interceptions. The Los Angeles Rams have split their last 4 home games. Matthew Stafford is completing 71.1% of his passes for 1,576 yards, 6 touchdowns, and 8 interceptions. Cooper Kupp and Tyler Higbee have combined for 904 receiving yards and 4 touchdowns, while Ben Skowronek has 23 receptions. The Los Angeles Rams ground game is averaging 70.5 yards per contest, and Darrell Henderson Jr. leads the way with 181 yards and 2 touchdowns. Defensively, Los Angeles is allowing 21 points and 301.3 yards per game. Bobby Wagner leads the Los Angeles Rams with 46 tackles. Aaron Donald has 4 sacks, and Terrell Lewis has 1 interception. The 49ers are 4-0 against the spread in the last 4 versus the NFC West and 8-2 against the spread in the last 10 versus the NFC. San Francisco is 6-2 against the spread in their last 8 after an against the spread loss. Meanwhile, the Rams are 11-4 against the spread in the last 16 after a bye week and 4-9 against the spread versus a team with a losing record. Los Angeles is 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 in October. I'm not a fan of either of these teams and think both are massively overrated, but I will keep riding with the streak here. For some reason, Sean McVay and his team collapse whenever they play Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers. They have lost 7 of the last 8 matchups, and even with this one being at home, I smell another loss brewing. The 49ers score more points per game and allow less than the Rams. The addition of Christian McCaffrey gives Shanahan another toy on his offense to play with. There is practically no film on CMC as a 49er since he played a limited role last week. So, the Rams will have a tough time preparing for what's going to be thrown at them. Also, maybe the newly established run game will open up more lanes for Ayuk and Kittle in the passing game. Stafford has not impressed me at all this season after an amazing 2021 Super Bowl run. I think his elbow is pretty much shot, and I'd expect him to get Tommy John surgery or something along those lines this offseason. The Rams' offensive line play is brutal, and the 49ers 49ers defensive line is elite. This is mostly what we saw in the first matchup between these two this season, as the Rams just could not move the ball on offense. The Rams desperately need to trade for a running back, and it does not look like it's going to happen before Sunday. So the San Francisco 49ers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. These teams have both been much better defensively than offensively this season. Los Angeles has gone under the total in 7 of its last 8 games, while San Francisco has cashed the under in 12 of its last 15 games. The 49ers have also gone under in 6 of their last 7 road games, so I have no interest in fading those trends on Sunday. Both defenses are ranked inside the top 5 early in the season. Los Angeles continues to have trouble protecting Stafford, and the rushing attack is not generating much success. San Francisco is going to be running the ball at a high rate, which means the clock will be ticking throughout this game. These teams have hit a ton of unders this year as both offenses have struggled. This game is expected to be very close due to the importance of division seeding. This is also the final matchup between these two contenders this regular season. I think we will see a defensive show in this one. Neither Stafford nor Garoppolo have been big play quarterbacks this season. We'll see a lot of dink and dunk, and I think the 49ers especially are going to make an emphasis on the run game. The Rams could not figure out the 49ers defense the first time they played, only managing 9 points. I predict a lot of the same here as the running game and offensive line play have not gotten any better. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.